390 Wagonmaster here, and in this video we're going to answer a viewer's question. Doug asks, can you use a Uniden BC906W cordless microphone on the President FCC Thomas? And the answer is yes, you can, and it works really well. So I just happen to have a BC906W wireless microphone right here. Here is the microphone itself. This is a microphone and a speaker, an external speaker, all right? This is the little main brain of the unit here. I call this the cradle because if you don't have this mic connector on there or this mic clip on here, you can just cradle it in here. And I guess they want you to like mount this to something. But anyway, this is the brains. This has the transmitter and receiver in it. So really is all you need to do is grab this 6-pin mic connector and just plug it into the radio. When you turn the radio on, the radio will power the main brain here. It will also take audio from this radio, transmit it from here into here. So you'll be able to hear, static and people on this little speaker built in here and on the internal speaker as well. For this demonstration, I'm using an external speaker, but anyway, same difference. And they can be independent of each other for whatever use you want. Like when I'm in my room or the same vicinity as this radio, I actually like to use the audio coming from here as opposed to this. If you're going to be out of the vehicle or in another room, and I can get almost whole house coverage using this, then you're going to want to use the volume control, the up down buttons here. All right, and I will demonstrate that. So what you need to do is plug it in, turn on the radio. As you can see, we've got our light flashing here. We're just going to hit find and sync, and this is kind of a one-time deal because once you do this, they just always pair. All right, so we're just going to kind of go through the motions here. So I've got that in the find sync mode. I've got this turned on. They are both synced because the lights are no longer blinking, so we're good to go. And I'll demonstrate how this microphone works. So I'm going to go back here, and we have our monitor on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's how that works. That's basically transmitting through the radio. Now, let's see what receive does here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is through the microphone. And we can turn our volume up and down that way. We can also utilize the audio from the radio itself. And if you want, you can use them together. And there's really no latency. That's pretty good. All right. So, as you can see, that works really well. Super easy. The BC906W has the little USB plug-in here, and you want to plug this into a AC adapter or however you would charge, your other devices, phones and stuff. So that's how that works. This is not a charging pack. All right, so there you go, Dwight. You know what? Wait a second. While we're at it, I want to show you something else. Stand by. This is the President Bluetooth mic, and this is kind of neat. It does about half of what this does. Basically, this transmits and receives, right? The 906W transmits and receives through this one piece. This is only a Bluetooth transmitter, and you're going to need to use the radio or an external speaker or an like a PA speaker, outside of the vehicle to hear. So this is meant to be used within earshot. It's meant to be actually strapped onto your steering wheel. And basically you can just talk on your radio by pressing the little button here with your thumb and receiving with the radio itself. And it's really cool. This does use Bluetooth technology. I think it's like A2DP or something. I could be wrong on that. I forgot the codec. It has a good range. It doesn't go quite as far as this. This goes about 30 feet. So again, you have to be in earshot of the radio in order for this system to work. But I prefer the microphone in this. This microphone is quite a bit hotter than the 906. Again, on the 906, you need to just get right up into that little pinhole. You need to make sure you're talking right into that, and maybe even raise your voice a little bit. This one here is meant to pick you up from a distance, about an arm's length away, and it does a pretty good job at that. So I'll show you how to hook this up. This is really cool. So you just plug it into the front of the radio. The radio will power this up through that pin 6, 13 volts, and then you just turn the little device on.
Power on. Connected.
Okay, so those voice prompts or notifications are the only audio that comes out of here. None of this stuff. All right, so let's test it out. Hello, 1 2 3. Hello, 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. I like to hold this in my hand and put this up by my mouth and just use it as a wireless mic that way. I'm not really too worried about that distance thing. However, it does work pretty good, and trying to balance here so I don't get the feedback. And then audio will of course come back through the radio itself and not through this. Now you may wonder, like, what are these arrows for? Well, on this one you can actually change channels. Up, down. Okay, that's it. So again, transmit audio only, no receive, and you can change channels. Transmit and receive audio, and only volume up, down, no channel changing. So anyway, there you go, Dwight. That was a great question, and thanks for watching.